Hello everyone, my name is Amanda and welcome back to another video of the Plenty Mandy. So I hope you guys are doing well, staying healthy and staying safe. The world is a little bit crazy right now, and we may be feeling a lot of emotions. Maybe we feel vulnerable, maybe we feel confused or even angry. So today I just want to do a simple DIY project with you guys to take our mind off things a little bit. Just use our hand to craft a nice hanger for our plants. Let's get started. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a really simple and practical and easy plant hanger. I create this idea, or I have this idea because as I collect more plants, it's getting expensive to get fancy macrame hangers. So I did some research. I Googled different macrame pattern, and I kind of figure out a simple way to make a plant hanger in under 5 minutes and for less than $2, or actually less than $1. So that was a game changer for me. So since then, I just basically make all my plant hanger, and I think it'll be a great project to share with you guys, because macrame hanger can get pretty expensive, right? So it can anywhere be like $20 to like the nice fancy ones, $50-$60. Like, don't get me wrong, it's worth it if it's like the right one for you, but still. So I want to show you really quick what it looks like, the finished product. So it's looks like something like that. So by the way, this is my, look at the red leaves. This is my beautiful Hoya Canosa Crimson Princess. And it just pop out all these beautiful red leaves. But anyway, the hanger that it's lived in is basically the thing that I was just describing to you about. Like a really simple, like practical, just everyday use plant hanger. Yep, so it's look exactly like that. Awesome. So how do we make that, right? So let's go over the tools really quick. So the first tool you will need is ropes. So I have, where's my, oh, there you go. So I have different type of ropes here to show you. So this one is obviously like smaller, lighter, and this is like heavier and thicker. So when you decide what kind of ropes you want to use, there's like two main factors like I would consider is, number one, the look you want, obviously, like what color you want, like you want it to be more rustic or you want it to be more modern. So it really depends on you. The second factor is actually more important, is how big or how heavy your pot is. So if you just want to, have your hanger to carry a smaller, lighter pot, like a 4-inch or even 2-3 inches, the small ropes will do just fine. But if you want to hang something heavier, like a ceramic pot or something that is bigger, like 6 or 8 inch, you may want to go for the thicker ropes. So that's basically the factors that you have to think about on what kind of ropes you want to use. And the second tool that is also important is this ring. So you can get this kind of ring in like any kind of craft store, and right now obviously you have to order them online. Most of you guys may. And this one is made from metal. It's gold color, and as I show you my macrame that I already made, this one is a wooden one. So it doesn't really matter, they're both really sturdy. So for this one, it's really just come down to what kind of look you want. So that would be the second material. The third thing you'll need is a hook. So this is like just a hook that I got from Target, like a pack of like 20. And so this is just basically you can find in any homeware store. One thing though is make sure that you kind of know how big you need the hook to be, because I make the mistake of like not really thinking about it, and then I bought the hook and then it was like too small, like the hook itself is too small for me to hang up, so I have to like get a whole new pack again. But yeah, so this is the third material. And next we're gonna need a couple tools. So number one is a pair of scissors, and we will need some tape. And last but not least is we'll need a tape measure, but this one is optional. So the reason we'll need this is just because you can measure out how long you want your hanger to be or how wide your hanger need to be to hang certain pot. So to be honest with you, I never really use a measure. I just like, you know, freestyle it. I just eyeball it. But if you want to be more precise, yeah, you definitely want to use one of these tape measure. And remember, when people always tell you like 2-inch pot, 4-inch pot, 6-inch, 8-inch, or whatever, it's actually the top that measure. Like for example, this is a 4-inch pot, as you can see right here, right? So this is important because when we actually make the hanger, like where the hanger sit, it's the bottom, right? So you really have to think about, you know, the size that you really have to think about is it has to fit the bottom, right? Because I'll just show you really quick. So if you look at the bottom is only 2.5. Let's see. Yeah, so it's only like about 2.5 inches. So you may, if you do make the macrame, I mean the plank hanger for 4-inch, it may be like too big, right? So that will be another thing you want to keep in mind. And yep, that's all the materials and tools we need. So we're gonna start making the plank hanger. Hi. So we're gonna film at this like angle again so that way you can see what I am doing on the table. All right. So the first thing you want to do, like we discussed earlier, is really to determine what kind of ropes you want to use. So since I'm only gonna, you know, hang up this like pretty small, like 4-inch, lighter weight terracotta pot, I don't really want to, you know, use a big one. So I'm just gonna stick with the small ropes. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get 6 equal segments of this rope. So as you can see right here, the easiest way to make sure that they're equal is you just fold it. So I'm gonna do about this long, actually maybe a little bit shorter, maybe this long, so you guys can see it. So this length is essentially how long your macrame gonna be like total. So because if I'm gonna do it vertically to show you, like your pot, this is the top where the ring gonna go. Your pot will be sitting somewhere like, you know, around here, and then the bottom will be just the tail, right? So I'm gonna measure out 6 equal segments. So this is 1 and 2 segments right here. And I'm gonna cut this, right? Boop. So that way I have like 2 segments in one rope. And then after that, I'm gonna do the same thing again. So I'm gonna take the ropes out, and to make sure that they are equal, I'm just gonna use the one that I already cut out, and then do the same thing. I'm gonna cut the second rope. So now I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 segments, and two separate ropes, right? And one more. So that way we can get 6 segments or 6 sections and 3 ropes. So here, same thing. I'm just gonna measure, measure, and then make sure that they are equal. So now you don't worry if it is not like exactly equal. As long as like, you know, it's pretty similar, it's fine, right? So now as you can see, I have 1, right? 1, 2, and 3 right here, like 3 segments, and they are in 6 different 3 ropes, and they're in like 1, 2, 3. Wait. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So this is basically all the ropes you'll need. So once I get all the ropes I need, I'm just gonna make sure that you keep a hold of the middle, right? So just like that, right? And you still have the 6 segments at the top and the three loops, 6 segments at the bottom, and then the 3 loops at the top, right? So next you're gonna bring in this ring. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get these 3 loops, you're gonna put it in here, just like so. And then when you put the 3 loops in here, you're gonna open up this size circle right here, and then you're gonna grab the 6th segment. You're gonna pull it through and ta-da! So that's how you have the top secure, right, like this. So one more time, right? I know it's the first time when you look at it, it's kind of like, what? But it's pretty easy. So one more time. So remember, I have this like 6 segment at the bottom and this like, 3 loops at the top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put my finger through here, right, just to hold the middle point. And then I'm gonna put this through the ring, just like that, and open up this loop right here. And then I am gonna grab the 6 segments and pull it through, and bam. So that is the first step. So once you're done with this, right, what I normally would do is I would take a piece of tape and then I would tape this on whatever surface you're working with, because otherwise it's going to be really hard because it's going to keep moving. So once you get this secure, now you can look at this. So you want to make sure that you separate that into 2 and 2 and 2. So you see there's 2 here, and there's 2 here, and there's 2 here, right? So depending on how long you want the top of your macrame to be, right? Just make sure that you have enough room for the bottom as well. You will just simply tie a knot here. So let's say I think this is good. So tie a knot, like just make sure it's secure, right? So that's 1 knot right here. Cool. And then you're gonna do the same thing for the second one. The important thing is you have to make sure that they are at the same level. Otherwise your macrame is gonna look crooked. So you just kind of make sure that, yep, it's pretty equal, right? Same level. And last but not least, one more. So also make sure that they are at the same, you just have to move the loops like, a little bit to make sure that they are equal. So ta-da! So now I have this 3 knots like right here that are at the equal level. So I'm gonna move this up a little bit so you can see better. So next what we're gonna do is I see you still have this 3 segment, and from here you want to grab one of this from the segment, the first segment, and one from the second one. And from here, you're just gonna, so this is basically, when you think about this, basically the height of your pot, right? So it really depends on what you like. If you want to, feel free to measure it. But I normally, don't have, I normally just freestyle it. So I think this is a good length. So I'm just gonna tie it up and ta-da. And then same thing, I'm just gonna get one here and one at the last one. And just make sure that, like before, just make sure that they're at the same level. And then you're gonna tie another knot right here. Bam. And obviously, last but not least, you just have to grab the last 2 that is not tied yet. And bam. You're gonna put it right here. And you're gonna pull it tight, make sure it's secure. So we are pretty much 90% done already. So the last thing you want to do is, so this is the part that you may want to measure, because you're gonna tie one more knot here, and this is basically, if you look at the bottom part here, it's basically how wide you want your pot to be. So like I said, I normally just freestyle it, but if you want to measure it, if remember we measured this one is about 2.5 inches, then you may want to just make sure that it's about like 1 inch or so. If that's like exactly how you want your hanger to be. But normally I would just eyeball it, like I said, and then I will just tie all the string together like this, and bam. So ta-da! So this is the simplest form of this macrame, right? So as you can see, now I have it done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to put a pot in here. So you open it up just like any other macrame, right? So it's just like this, and you put your pot in. Ta-da-da-da. So it can be hard, but just make sure that the bottom knot go to the middle of the pot. And make sure that, otherwise it's gonna fall out. So, bam. This is what it looks like. So the ring is up here, and then the pot is down here. Bam. And that's it. So yeah, obviously, you know, I spent more than 5 minutes to show you, but when I'm making it myself, I would get it done in like 2 or 3 minutes. So the reason I say this is the simplest form is because you can do a lot of stuff just to make it a little bit cooler. So for example, like you see the bottom here, you can braid it, you can add some beads on it, you can add different colors on it. So I want to show you one more time that like the one that on my Crimson Princess, I actually did braid it just like this, you know, just to give it a little bit of, you know, cuteness, right? And I also show you the other one. Oh, right here. So this is the one for my material. So yeah, you can see I have some beads I add on here. Like all you need to do is to add the beads and tie the knot. Exactly like that. And then at the bottom, I also like add some beads and I braid it up. So yeah, you can make it like however you want it. So, yep. So what do you guys think? It's pretty simple, right? It's very simple, it's very cheap, and you know, it's very practical because you can basically make it any size, you know, to fit any pots you want. So you don't have to worry about ordering a macrame online or hanger online, and when it came in, it actually doesn't fit your pot. So, yep. So just to recap really quickly, right? So today we make one of this really cool plank hanger. And again, right, you can decorate it however you want. So like this one, I braid it, right? And I forgot to mention, the best part I like about this hanger is I can actually Trellis my plant on it. So I have a lot of Hoyas, as you guys all know. And you know, they whine a lot. So I kind of just use this as like a trellis, and then I just, you know, put my Hoyas wine on it. And then the other one that I showed you, right? So yeah, you can even like add like, you know, like I said, beads on it. You know, it's really cute. And like, so as the bottom, I add some beads on this one too. So it's so cooler. So ta-da! All right. So I hope this little DIY project is fun for you. It certainly is very fun for me. And let me know what you think. And if you have any question about making this macrame hanger, I really like to do things with my hand, and I believe that I will do more DIY project like plant related in the future. So feel free to drop in the comment like what would you like to see. I will be happy to look into it and share with you guys. As always, if you like this video, make sure you click like. It's really helped me to understand what you actually want, so I can create a content that would help you and serve you better. And if you want more future videos like more DIY project, make sure you click subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye!